Following the Constitutional Court's ruling, President Yoon is now former President Yoon. What does this mean for Korea?
I think South Korea has been through a lot in terms of the polarization of the country along political lines, along ideological lines, along generational lines, and regional lines as well. Those were there beforehand, but the last 4 months since the coup attempt of December 3rd have really raised those uh, levels of polarization to extreme heights that I think are unprecedented. And so it's a matter of trying to recover from that following this verdict by the Constitutional Court. The country, I think, will remain polarized, but at least there will not be any more fear or, on the other side, hope that Yoon Suk Yeol will come back to office.
So, with that polarization of the country in mind, how does Korea move forward politically with a snap election that must be held in the coming 60 days?
It's tough to imagine that the country will be more polarized than it is right now. I think the trial for the impeachment really did heighten things, and maybe to an extreme extent. It might be that the upcoming election, which will take place on June 3rd at the latest, the presidential election will move very swiftly into the campaign stage. And if precedent is followed, then perhaps within a month, the two major parties will have selected their candidates. And I hope that whoever comes out as the candidate for the former ruling party, there will be somewhat of a moderation of tone between that person and almost certainly the candidate for the Democratic Party, who will be Lee Jae-myung. Although that's not a certainty, I would be stunned if Yoon's party candidate wins the presidential election. But I've been stunned repeatedly over the past 4 months.
You mentioned that there were events that shocked you over the past 4 months. Aside from the surprise declaration martial law, what was the most shocking event to you?
I was shocked most by um, the vocalization, the expression of authoritarian sentiment in South Korea as the political polarization increased following the impeachment by the National Assembly in mid-December, and then the beginning of the Constitutional Court trial to verify that impeachment soon thereafter at the end of December, the process which came to a close today. And more specifically, I was stunned at the positions and expressions of the leaders of Yoon's party, the main conservative party, which was in the overwhelming minority. These people had more responsibility to uphold, you would think, the very institutions that gave them their authority, and yet they behaved and said things that were stunning, and they've been all put to shame by today's verdict.